Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. But before we begin, motion! I want to see motion in the chat. And for the people who keep asking what is motion, it just means we're moving forward. As you guys know, I've been uploading like crazy. Nikke has been going crazy with the content and stuff like that. And also, let me ask y'all something, because some people brought it up, but they never said anything crazy. They just said made a comment. I want to know, do you guys like the fact that I'm uploading like crazy? Right, I'm uploading I think in the last 4 days apparently 16 Dorothy videos or something like that. So do you guys like that? Do you guys like the consistency for me or what? You guys definitely let me know. But today we're doing community reactions. Now I made this post 3 hours ago. We got 1.1k votes, and the community reactions is basically about the change on the rate up. Now, it's not really a change because it's what it was supposed to be, essentially. But obviously, when you post out on your official website that the rate is going to be 2%, and then when the actual patch notes, when the patch notes come out a different day, it's changed to 1%, obviously people are going to speak. So, like I said, if you want my honest opinion, I don't really think it's all that big of a deal, right? I already knew it was way too good to be true that they were going to give Dorothy 2%. Like, I was waiting for this patch note, because if it was actually 2%, then I was actually going to consider going on my viewers' accounts and actually buying summons for you guys, right? Simply because 2% is like a very big difference than 1% out of 4%, right? It becomes a 50-50 to a 75% chance for somebody who is not Dorothy, and then 25% chance for Dorothy, right? So we have 1.1k votes here. Y'all always come to my community posts and stuff like that. I'm glad that the community post is actually active and stuff like that, right? We do the daily Nikke events and all that stuff. So 1.1k votes, right? 66% is fine with it. 18% is I'm upset as F, and then 18% is I'm upset as F, and then 16% is near over Dorothy, right? So let's see some of the comments here. We have 28 comments. It's going to be a big one here. I didn't heart or read any of these because I was waiting for the video. So let's take a look at some of these comments, right? It's painful, but still it's an opportunity to pull a specific pilgrim. The rate on the other character banners are lower, and you're rolling for all of them instead of the one you want. It's reasonable, which is nice, and it's true as well, right? Like I said before, the biggest thing, even like without the specific pilgrim thing, is that Dorothy was always supposed to be a 1%. So the only reason why people should be mad is because they said 2%, right? But essentially it was supposed to be 1% in the first place, right? That's how it was. We already knew that when we, for the people who knew it was going to be a pilgrim for half Annie, for the people who found out it was Dorothy or whatever during the live stream and didn't know anything about the patch notes, we all already knew it was supposed to be 1%. So they just fixed it, right? There's a percent of collab units being equal or better than a pilgrim are slim. Or the percent of collab units to be equal or better than a pilgrim are slim. And Dorothy, we already know for sure, is a weapon of the mass destruction. So yeah, I have to try and get her with pulls. That is true, but it depends on how you see it, right? I know there's a lot of players who actually care more about value than meta, right? And Dorothy is a character you can pull anytime after her banner drops, literally. Heck, you can even pull her on the collab banner, right? Whereas the collab characters, you can't. But the collab characters do have a 50-50 chance, and you can pity them. So it will be easier to pull the collab characters, not to mention you can still pull Dorothy on that banner alongside the other pilgrims in the game as well. So keep that in mind. Since Modernia was 1%, it doesn't sting as bad. I gotta pray to the gotcha gods. I have a couple golden tickets saved up, but I'm still going to try my luck for at least the LB3, which is and 3 up full. So I'll put that one too, right? So yeah, it's like I said before, Modernia was 1%, so it's only fair, right? Not to mention, this is a burst 1 pilgrim, burst 1 20-second pilgrim, right? And I know that doesn't really change much in terms of why the rate should be higher or lower, but at the end of the day, this is the first one in the game. This is the only pilgrim burst 1 20-second cooldown unit in the game. Rapunzel is a burst 1 pilgrim, not even with a 40-second cooldown, but a 60-second cooldown. So for her to do everything she can do and be able to basically spam that every time you're in a full burst is nasty. She's a very, very good character. So I do think the rate should be a 1%, to be honest, for a character like that, if you want my honest opinion. right? Honestly, thought there would have been more backlash about her or about this, but color me surprised. That being said, I'm not that upset. Still gonna try for her and pray to get her, right? So I'm glad about that too. I am glad that a lot of the people, like at least in my community or anybody who has commented or give their opinion about this, aren't too mad, right? I know there are some people who are upset, but like I said, the only reason why we should be upset is because they said 2% on their patch notes, and then it was changed to 1%. But like I said, you guys knew before it said 2% that the pilgrims were 1%, and we never complained really before then. So it's kind of just like a bit doing too much in my opinion. If you never complained that pilgrims were going to be 1% rate ups before, right, and we knew that Dorothy was supposed to be a 1% rate up banner, but they did say 2%, we shouldn't really get mad if they fix it back to 1%. But I do understand why people are mad, simply because they said it was 2%, right, giving more people hope. But I do want to say this is actually pretty good for new players or free to plays as well, because now her being 1% kind of opens your eyes really to like save or go for one copy and then save for the collab if that's what you want to do too, right? Her being 1% kind of makes it more clear for what you should do. Should you, because at 2% it was like, yeah, I want LB3, that's easy. But now at 1% it's like, it's a bit harder to get her, but if I get one copy I can stop and then continue saving for the collab. So keep that in mind. If people really want Nier, go play PGR. They also have a Nier collaboration. It's actually pretty sick combat and gameplay wise. Now, I don't know if PGR has the collab out right now, right? It doesn't make sense. I don't know if that's how that works, right? Because if PGR has the collab, I know PGR had the collaboration, but is the collaboration not done, right? Can you just get collab characters any time of the week? Not to mention, PGR is a mobile game, and I think most people would want to play that on PC, so I'm not sure. But it is true, PGR and many other games, and there's even a Nier game, actually. There's a Nier Gacha game out right now, I believe, right? So there are also Nier games and stuff like that, but I don't want to say go play those games if you like Nier, because you like Nikke. So if you love Nikke and you love Nier, wouldn't it, like, Nier being in Nikke is just the ultimate combination, right? People don't want the Nier collab just because, you know, they like Nier like that, but it's because now their favorite character is in a game they really like, right? PGR is a game that most people probably won't like. People don't really like that open world, not really open world, but that like combo fighting type mechanic based games, right? I love those games, but I'm just speaking for the people, right? So yeah, most people, if you are one of those people, of course. I mean, she's a pilgrim unit, and if it was 2% to obtain, that'd be 2 free, even for players that just started. Either way, I'm fine with it being 1%, still gonna pity her. And that is true, right? Also, yeah, I do think if you are like a bit iffy on the 1% and don't really want to test your luck, and you have the 200 gold tickets, just watch my video on if you should chase dupes or not. I literally explained it perfectly there. Just pity the one copy and then save for everything else. She's a character that you can get on any banner from her banner on, and any banner that drops in the game, she will be on that banner. So it doesn't really, you know, it's not all that bad. Where again, collab characters, limited characters, whatever. Or if you want to save for the anniversary in November, right? You could start doing that now as well. Those are characters that, well, the anniversary character will most likely still be on every banner, unless it's a limited, but we don't know. So we'll see. P.S. I will get both Dorothy and 2B if I have some gems and some special vouchers to spare. If not, I'll only choose Dorothy. That is true, right? And I think that's a good pick, actually. I would rather you guys, if you care about meta and not just like value and limiteds or anything like that, then Dorothy is the best pick as of right now. I doubt the collab characters will be better than Dorothy, right? I think that's just a given. I do not think the collab characters will even stand toe-to-toe with Dorothy, right? So if you just care about meta and you don't really care about value or limited characters, then Dorothy is the obvious pick for you, right? But if you do care about value, collection purposes, waifus, as the limited characters and stuff like that, then again, Dorothy is a character you can get anytime, where the collab characters you can't. So yeah, somewhat disheartened for free-to-plays / light spenders that don't have enough tickets yet, and it will sway players away from going for the LB3 that aren't wills. Definitely a use your ticket moment, since she's a burst 1/22nd pilgrim alone, not including other amazingness. If anything, this will make it easier for folks to who save up a ton of gems to continue stocking up for near collab. And then Nikke have shown their SSR limited units are capable of being useful for months after their release. Power and Makima have their niche, but they're still used. I don't know about Winter Rupee. That is true. I want to say actually, I noticed that too. Winter Rupee is really, I want to say I only really see her in PvP. And Anne, I don't see her anywhere. Right, but if you look at Anne's kit, she's pretty good as just a general supporter. It's just there's no point for her, right? I want to say she's somewhat of a hand-me-down Rapunzel. I'm not sure if that's really the term I would want to go with that there. I know her burst skill is basically Rapunzel's burst skill, right? So it's kind of... But I never see Anne. I see Rupee in PvP sometimes. But yeah, Makima and Power, again, still have their uses. Power is a boss killer that people use. And then Makima is actually used in more content than a lot of these characters, right? She's used in the train. She's used in PvP. And that's really it. So yeah, she's used in PvP and the train. So maybe the collab characters will have value just because we won't be able to get them again or something like that. A lot of value, who knows? They took down the website patch notes, so clearly something was not right. If it was the timing or the content of said notes, we don't really know. Someone made a mistake, that's for sure. That just gives more value of golden tickets, which I'm using to LB3 Dorothy, so I'm fine with this. Now, in terms of this first part here, or let me just continue reading. Maybe they changed back to 1% because everyone is saying that Dorothy is broken and is a must pull. Guess what? 1% rate probably means more money for them. Well, that's true, right? Especially the whales, and they will make a lot of... Nikke will make... Okay, I want to say somewhat that a 2% would have made them more money. Or less money, because 2% makes it easier to pull her, right? So that's probably less money. But 1%, whales will go crazy. Japanese players will go crazy. Whales, Korean, Japanese players, everybody will go crazy. Any type of whale will go crazy to core 7, this woman. She is a very, very broken must-have core 1 character, right? It's not like she's competing with Scarlet and Modernia. She's guaranteed on the team. Right? She's not competing with nobody in Burst 1. She's literally her in Burst 1. So a lot of people are going to spend money to go for that Core 7 no matter how much they got to sell, how much they got to give and stuff like that. In terms of the first comment, they took down the website patch notes, so clearly something wasn't right. That is true, but then again, it's like what I was saying before. They posted the patch notes before the live stream. Right before the live stream, right? They posted it like a couple hours before the live stream happened. Or no, I think it was a day before the live stream. Right? They posted the patch notes a day before the live stream. So we just thought that they took it down because somebody accidentally posted it, but we weren't supposed to see it because the live stream was happening. That makes more sense, right? Now, I wouldn't say they took it down because they accidentally said 2%. That's probably why they took it down, but there's no possible way that if the live stream hasn't even aired yet, we are going to think that they took it down because it said 2% and not because they just leaked the whole live stream before the live stream even happened, right? So that's what I think personally, but you guys let me know what you thought in that situation before the live stream actually happened, right? Well, it's expected. It's a pilgrim unit. Still, if it's 1%, my target is the same. LB0 below 8 multis, which is not bad too, right? At least that person has a goal. Respect it. As long as I can pull her once in 150 pulls, then it's okay. I've got the tickets to max limit breaker after that. Okay, that's nice too, right? So a lot of people have plans still, right? A lot of you guys seem to still be focused regardless of the situation happening, right? You guys have a goal plan and stuff, so that's nice. Not that surprising since Modernia's banner was also 1% rate up. Dorothy's a pilgrim after all, so this is still within expectations. I'll still pull for anyways. And that is true, right? She's a pilgrim. It's guaranteed that pilgrims will have 1% rates. So I guess from now on, chat, we know for a fact if it says 2% anywhere, if it's a mistake or anything, we know it's 1% from now on, right? Because this is, again, the second ever pilgrim banner. Not to mention, it's half anniversary, right? So there's more of a reason why people would believe that we're actually getting 2%. Maybe it was something for the half annie, right? There's so many things that like didn't add up, or kinds of add up well for us to believe that it was 2% after their little accident. They posted it before the live stream. It's the half anniversary, and then they took it down when the live stream hasn't even started. It makes us believe that guaranteed they didn't want us to see what the stuff was coming or something like that, right? Before the live stream. So I'm not sure. If it's still 4% overall, then it's if it's still 4% overall to have an SSR, it's fine. I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, right? There's always pity and stuff like that as well. All good in the hood, just got her on. I'm gonna say for K. Hey, okay. Hey, waifu over meta. Pilgrim being Pilgrim in a Pilgrim banner, nothing new. Yep. Doesn't it matter if it... What? Doesn't it matter if I don't get it? I can use my... Okay, so... I'm tripping. Doesn't matter if I don't get it. I can use my 600G tickets, golden tickets, right? So that's already 3 copies of her right away. So that's LB2, which is not bad, right? You would just need to pull 1 copy and boom. If you have 800 tickets, you can just max limit break her for free. But if you are free to play with 800 tickets or something like that, then call it. Don't do that. Because obviously the collab is coming if you want that as well. I mean, just like Modernia can be expected, but sad. There goes my saving. Not sure if your saving really goes to waste because you have still a lot of things to look forward to, but sure. It's fine. I'm no stranger to 1% odds, and actuality, it's better than a lot of other gotchas out there, so it could be way worse. That is true. Even if it is 1%, it's still a 4% overall. Not to mention you have a pity that transfers on any single banner. So, like I said, people could literally spend all their currency on this banner and then just pity the near characters because the tickets will go over there. There's 19% mad because either they just started the game, understandable, or they decided to They decided for whatever to summon in Alice and D. What? I'm not sure what that means. So yeah. Or they just can't manage resources and need every Nikke in the game. I'm not sure what that really... I want to say 19% were mad just because it said 2% before. Right? If it said 1% the first time, nobody would complain. Because nobody did before. Realistically. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad that it's 1% instead of 2%. But they still giving us hella pulls for the half anniversary. Like most gacha games. Don't do this. And yes, I'm talking about a very specific open world gacha game that we all heard of, so Genshin Impact, right? But I don't care. I'm gonna go for the Dorothy and I'm gonna try to max limit break 3 her. So yeah, I want to say it seems like the 1% is not holding a lot of you guys for still going for that LB3, which is nice, right? Tell them to fix it, okay? I'll take 2B over Dorothy regardless of the odds. It doesn't matter as long as I could pull through the golden tickets, which you can. I'll be pitying Dorothy, to be honest, so I'll be skipping her banner, which is alright. That's true. Yeah, that's like what I recommend a lot of you guys do. If if you have the tickets, just go for her and skip the banner. Save all the currency you get for the next anniversary, collab, whatever you want. I'm gonna buy her anyway, so I don't care, I guess. Anything that 100% or 0% equals 50%, so does it matter how much rate up she got? I'm not really sure what you mean there. And then let's go back to this last comment here. If it was a post that was never supposed to go up in the first place anyways, and was taken down right away for people to be upset and tried to cause backlash over, it needs to stop. It would be overreacting. The post also said she would be recruitable in the friendship summons after the banner goes away, so we all know programs are not. Did it say that? Let me check. Let me confirm. Okay, yes, I didn't even know that part. That's a very good point, actually. Damn, props to who is that? To Sukaru. I never even noticed that. It says that, chat. It says Dorothy was gonna be available in the social point recruitment. That's more than enough of a giveaway for us to know that this was all wrong in the first place, right? So yeah, shout outs to that. I never even picked that up. Yeah, definitely. So but like I said, people can't even get mad because we already knew it's going to be 1%. But yeah, that's definitely something I guess I want to say everybody looked over. I never even noticed that. I don't think anybody else noticed that, right? So shout outs to you, Tasukaru. Shout outs to you. But yeah, that's going to be our community reaction. Oh, did I miss one? Did I already read this one? I think I did. Gacha games usually have low rates for the new characters, and Dorothy's being a pilgrim, which is tough to get. 1% rate is fine. In the end, it's your luck that'll decide whether you get her at 1% or 200 pulls, right? So yeah, that's also true. So yeah, this is our community reactions. I think everybody's fine with it at the most part. Again, definitely that was something that I didn't notice. Nobody else noticed that. I guess that was the first time I've seen somebody even mention that it said that she was gonna be put in the social point banner. I never even realized that. I'm sure I read that because I read it word for word, but I didn't even process that when I was reading that the first initial time. So yeah. But this is the community reactions for Dorothy being 1%. You guys let me know if this video, if you agree with the comments or not. If you didn't get to be a part of this video. But yeah, I think for the overall, it's fine. I don't really care much because I have her. I have 200 tickets. It's at the end of the day, I'm good, right? I think everybody else feels the same way. Majority of you guys. But yeah, it's your boy Zxous. Make sure you guys subscribe, like it's comment if you want on this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Motion.